darkest feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many strength. Darkest feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many strength.
Welcome everyone to another glorious episode of Followers of Mayhem, and I forgot to start the audio music. Yay! Let me put that on right now. And there we go, now we've got some audio. So, in the last episode, the party went to the goblin camp and parlayed with their leader, Sword, eventually coming to a deal where the goblins would go and burn a couple of documents that I'm sure the syndicate doesn't need them. And the last episode was watching them go through that. And this episode coming up, well, we've got quite a bit in store for you. Forgive me, my throat's a little hoarse. So, everyone, you've got about 2 weeks of downtime to spend as you want. You can stay in Burner, you can go somewhere else. What do you guys want to do? This 2 weeks is while you're waiting for a reply from the goblins. So what do you guys want to do? You can stay in Burner, you can go somewhere else.
Dennis is going to work on his book.
Okay.
Fulma's too far away for Grisera to visit, so she'll probably just be studying her spells.
I was gonna suggest we head to Fulma, actually.
Really?
It's one of the few places on Mayhem that the Syndicate can't touch.
And how are you so certain of that, Fiona?
I know for a fact that many clerics that close to a living god. I drove every time she
Breathe.
Julie, Mother spent years trying and to get people on there and never worked.
Well, we have been talking about taking a vacation lately, so and if anywhere, Fulma's probably the place to have a little beach day. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Plus, well, if what you say is true, then we'll be pretty safe.
I was safe there for 20 years.
Yeah, there's no way in hell Julie didn't know you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm all for that. What about everyone else?
I would do that.
Rua just kind of shrugs and she goes, "Sure."
I'm up for it.
Good thing I got my beach shopping done over in Frozen.
Allah, what about you?
She just shrugs. She.
Rura, TV. Sorry, continue.
She didn't mind, so she shrugs.
Alright. So, you have options of how to get to Fulma. You can head to Lundrak and get an hour to Tundara and then take a boat. You can try and catch a boat in Shady Sands. You can head to Frozen and get a boat there. You can head to Nico and get a boat there. Head to the Airy. What direction would you like to go?
Frozen
Go to the
seems
place that. Sorry, go ahead.
Frozen seems to be the safest option because, as far as I know, every other place is taken over.
Yeah.
And that one place puts people to sleep.
Yeah, that too.
So, you're all heading to Frozen then?
Yeah, come think of it, are there any... yeah, or, well, via boat or via Owlcat if that's available.
Well, you'll have to see when you get there. Anyway, it'll be, do you go as the crow flies or do you try to follow the road to cut down on travel time?
Try to cut down on travel time.
Well,
Alright,
I imagine we'll just come back the way we came.
Well, fortunately for you, you have a ranger with you, so you don't take any disadvantage for a difficult terrain. So,
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why am I going zigzag? That's stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it'll take you nearly 2 weeks to get there, and once you do arrive, let me just move you over to the map now. You find boats. There's some boats that are floating in the air, some boats that are on the actual ocean. There's stables selling horses, horses, a little bit of tigers. Not mostly horses in this part of the year, part of Mayhem, but they are there.
I vote for something that's conspicuous.
Did we pass the new druid camp as we're going down there?
You did, yes.
Would we pass through it or just pass by it?
You passed by it. They're not there yet.
Oh, I thought they were.
No, actually, no, yeah, they would be there. You do run past your sister. Do you stop for a day to say hello and talk with them?
I would.
Alright.
Not sure about the others.
So the camp in question is just a set of... I'm getting feedback from Kuzura.
Oh, sorry.
So, Kuzura, could you just mute yourself, please?
I'm not doing anything, but sure.
Thank you. I was just getting a lot of feedback and it's hard to keep focus when I'm getting that. So, I was hearing it, so the stream can hear it. Anyway, the camp is just a series of tents, and there's many centaurs. Some of them are practicing using magic, some of them are training with staffs, and Aris is just there quietly talking with a certain awkward father figure. They both wave to you as you approach.
Alara gives a soft smile to them and glad that both of them are still okay in here. And she's already quick to the question. Eris, do you know of any centaurs that leave the tribe that often?
She pauses at that and frowns and she says, well, not exactly. There are 2 centaurs that aren't druids. They visited the druid tribe to return a child that ran away. You were very young at the time. I don't really remember it very well, but it appears that they never seen another druid. They must have gone lost when they were very little.
Huh. Wonder where they are right now.
If they're still doing their thing, they're probably hunting the forests around Burner.
I'll keep it if it aligns with my schedule. Thank you, sister.
She nods. So, you guys, you do see a couple of people quietly sneaking little sniffs of certain recreational substances before Eris cheers them out and gives them a look and says, "Stop. We're not that kind of druid anymore."
Good luck. That's all I can say.
She gives a look and says, "Yeah, they're a good group. They just need some guidance."
I hear you.
She gives you a
hold you up anymore.
She gives you a hug and then says, "You're welcome here any time."
Thank you. I still got much to do though.
She nods and then she pats you on the shoulder and says, "Your friends are waiting."
Right. Gotta catch up. I'll see you later.
See you later. I'm doing my best impression of Fenquin, your father.
Dad, try not to be weird around her.
Sorry.
Never mind, it's too late. Alright, later.
They both wave you off.
Okay. I wave him back off.
Is there anything anyone wants to do before you leave the druid camp?
Nah.
Not really.
Okay. So, you all make it to Frozen then. Do you look around and see what ways there are to get to... Fulma. I can never remember its name.
Yes. Preferably something cheap, probably free and quick.
Alright.
And something less conspicuous.
Well, you have boats, you have horses, you have wizards, you have mercy. What would you like to do?
Mercy can
Dennis?
teleport us.
Well, we made the deal last time. I didn't know Mercy had an establishment on Fulma.
You don't know that. I'm just saying that Mercy is in Frozen. I'm just laying out different places you can try and look.
Alright, fair enough.
Dennis is going to let the rest of the party ponder that. and he informs them that he has a book and he wants to have it read other books,
You
and then he can have more than many books.
All right, well, the library's right there, mate.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing this now.
All right, well, be sure to get whatever it is you need done quick, because we might be sticking around for a day at best.
Okay.
Alright, so, where do you guys look?
I'll look by the docks if there is docks.
There are. There's two sets of docks. There's the docks on the ocean front, and then there's the docks floating in the sky.
I'll look on the ocean front because I'm pretty sure the docks flying are only because of the spell.
So, you see a decent enough little boat. It looks like it'd be pretty fast, but not very durable. Then you've got this second boat which appears to have some sort of magic shimmering on the sails. And it looks to be a bit more sturdy, but that magic is quite interesting.
Don't have detect magic on me, I don't believe. Nope. Okay.
There's sailors walking around, putting away boxes, putting them onto the boat.
She'll walk over to the sailors and start a conversation with the town in general and how interesting it is. So, guys.
Yeah?
If you don't mind if I asking, what's with the story on this boat over here?
You're talking about the magic sails, are you, lass?
That I am, mister.
Okay, you see these magic sails here? They're enchanted, so they'll always get the wind on them. So you're always going to be making perfect time, meaning you'll go super fast.
Ooh, super fast, you say?
Yeah, it makes making deliveries twice as fast normally. Because sometimes you get storms and sometimes you get winds that's going in the direction you're trying to travel. And with these sails, you just, not even a problem. They really were a worthwhile investment. So the captain says,
Can I speak to the captain?
You may. He then leads you onto the boat and into a small main room that's clearly for the captain. It's got maps all over the place. There's a desk with a knife stabbed into one map. And on the far back of the room, there's also a second map with different pieces of red pins and string that appear to be marking some sort of route or path. And right beside them is this bright red-haired man with this thick curly beard and a pirate's hat on.
Oh.
And then as he turns, you see his sign says, "Not a pirate." His shirt says, "Not a pirate."
Oh. When I look at him and it sees all these signs and such, Alar's gonna strike a question. Are you a pirate?
He points to his shirt. No. Can't you see? I got the shirt on. I'm not a pirate.
Roll an insight on that.
He dabbles. He's not a pirate now, but I mean, if he takes the shirt off, then he probably is a pirate.
Jeez.
It's very shirt dependent with him.
Okay.
It's the pirate version of the Clark Kent glasses.
Oh my goodness. Alara just shakes her head with a sigh. Well, what kind of deliveries you guys do here? Anyway, I'm just venturing around, checking my options. We were looking to get the Fulma, and
Fulma? Aye. We make a couple of deliveries to Fulma. We normally take the southward route when we're in when I'm not a pirate, and we take the northward route when when I'm not wearing the not a pirate shirt.
so technically, would that, because I think you and a friend of mine will get along well if you're pirates.
I'm not a pirate. I've got the shirt on. We established this.
That's very fair. I'm sorry. Maybe. Well, when you're not a pirate, then I'm pretty sure you'll get along with her.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, the southward route is a little bit safer. The northward route has a lot of pirates, but you know, that's just because the whole pirate black market is up there. You know.
Oh, I see. And she would glance towards the maps of the red lines and routes in question. Just curious now.
Hey! He holds up his hands. This is official work here. Yeah, you know, no glancing.
Oh, come on, not even for me.
Roll a persuasion check. All right. There's nothing really incriminating there anyway. It's just the trade routes.
Just the trade routes, huh?
And
Interesting.
yeah, you can see like little dots and red lines of string leading between different like trade routes. Like there's one that goes from Frozen down to Lundrak, then to Fulma.
Is he the only one in the room right now?
There's also the sailor that brought you over here.
Oh, okay, so he wouldn't be alone. Alar's gonna lean over to the pirate man and it's like slung a shoulder over his arm. She would offer him a drink if she had a drink, but she doesn't have a drink except maybe some herbs. Oh, she'll offer him an herb. Yeah, try this. It's amazing. Let me tell you something.
What do you want, lass?
I was curious if you heard of a certain trade going on here.
What trade would that be?
Oh, something about the slave trade? She would whisper that.
Oh, now Missy. I don't get involved with that shit. I actually value my life, thank you very much.
I'm sure you do. I was just curious.
And I'm clearly not wearing the Not a Pirate shirt. I'm clearly wearing the shirt. You know, I've got a whole thing here. I'm not a pirate when I'm wearing the shirt.
I understand. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll ask you when you're not a pirate. I understand. My bad. My apologies, sir.
Yeah. So, what do you need? You
all right.
looking to hire?
The truth is, we definitely need a boat over to Foma.
Mm-hmm.
If you're willing to take us along for your race till then. We're willing to pay, of course, but I just wanted to check our options, really.
Well, it'll be about 2 weeks travel. We've got the speedy sail, so we can cut it down to 2 weeks. If we get a storm, it might push it back a couple of days, but otherwise, yeah, should be about 2 weeks. We can be ready to leave in about 4 days. Well, that was loud.
Sounds perfect, but however, now I'm a woman of business. So what kind of currency are we talking about here? Not pirate gold?
You know, gold, silver, platinum.
Right, the usual. Okay, so how much are we looking at here for a group of adventurers who are willing to do the world good? About 7 of us, I believe.
You willing to defend the boat?
Willing to defend anything if our lives are
Alright. So, you'd be working to be about guard, so that'll lower your fee by quite a bit. 7 of you, did you say?
Yeah, that's right. There are 7 of us.
Yeah, I can do it for about 70 gold.
R's eyebrow twitch at this, and she leans over. 70 gold, you say?
I can raise it to 100 if you like.
We are defending your boat, sir, against real pirates.
And I am giving you a discount for it. Otherwise, it'd be 120 gold.
Ooh, you're a man of business. I respect that.
I am wearing the Not a Pirate shirt today, after all.
That is fair. That Not a Pirate shirt's very convincing. I'll tell you what.
Aye.
All Well, I'll discuss it with the group, and I'll get back to you within a few hours. Okay.
Aye, aye.
Thank you, man. Sir.
He waves you off, and then he turns back to his map. Oh, hello? Hello?
I
Yeah,
just
hello.
noticed that everyone but me disappeared from Roll 20. Is that
You too? That's
Yeah,
why I
me
was
too.
saying hello.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah,
We're all
Oh,
here.
yeah.
It must be just a graphical glitch.
Yeah,
no,
I'm gone
it looks
too.
like a server connection interruption.
Oh,
Hmm.
I just noticed everyone but me disappeared.
Yeah, there's a little box in the upper left that says something about your connection to the server has been interrupted.
I don't see
Oh,
that
no,
myself.
No, I'm getting it.
There it is.
Try again.
Allah just came back from me.
I
Uh,
feel R2.
Yeah.
Just
I
ref-
feel
I
like-
reloaded.
Guys, just refresh the page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, while Alar is having her talk with the totally not a pirate, what is everyone else doing? You've still got Wizards, you've got Mercy, you've got the stables, you've got the floating dock.
Well, Alex does have a bit of business with Messi, so he decides to pop in and see one of his favorite store owners.
Yep.
Mercy's his favorite.
One of his favorites.
Okay. So you open the door and it's actually a little busy today. There's a couple of people who are perusing the items. And as he looks in and as he looks over and notices you, he gives a wide motion and he says, "Well, hello. What brings you to my store today?"
Hey, Messi, how you going?
"Oh, I'm just going great. Business is absolutely booming."
So I noticed. Any of these? You having the end of year rush or something?
Something like that, yes. So how can I help you?
Well, I just wanted to inquire about a couple of things that's been on my mind lately.
Oh, of course. Go right ahead.
All right, first up, how's the expansion? Sorry, how's the expansion of your business going lately?
We finished setting up shop in Shady Sands, and things are going quite well. You'd be surprised how much business there is in a town that wants to kill the syndicate. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, I mean, any reasons it just between you and me. I mean, who wouldn't?
Oh, honey, I don't take sides. This is all about business here.
Hey, trust me, I'm a businessman myself. I completely understand that. And it's always the people it's always the providers who win at the end of the day.
So, is there anything else I can help you with this fine day, sir?
Well, I was just wondering if you set up shop next to Fulma yet. Yeah, my friends and I are planning on heading there for a bit of a just to relax a little bit. So,
Well, as I stated, I do have my store open in Shady Sands. And give me just a moment. Someone wants me to put Mercy on the screen, so give me a second to find it. Towns, Prosh, Mercy. There you go. Okay. So, yeah, I just set up in Shady Sands, so, if you really like, I could probably let you, drop into Shady Sands. It'll cut, weeks off your trip. If you were walking, that is.
But it'll. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm appreciative of the offer, Messi. Like, do not get that. Do not misinterpret that.
Oh, of course.
But I had heard recently that the Syndicate had taken it over, and although it seems like people want to kill them, I am not too confident that we will be safe, even just casually going through there.
Well, there's not many places that are safe in Mayhem after all, but I understand your hesitation. The only other place close to Fulma is Prosh. And with your clear dislike of a certain syndicate, that might not be ideal either.
Yeah, and then he leans in again. He's got a look on his face that says he's clearly joking. Just between you and me, I'd probably burn that entire place down if I had to.
Oh, don't worry, your secret's safe with me. I'm the one to tell. It's how I've kept myself alive this long.
Yeah, well, it's an option at least. And just right quick before I head out, do you still have that one Rod of the Pact Keeper?
Oh, I do.
Well, I might be buying it later on down the road. Currently not right now because my funds are a bit light. Not that light, but, light enough for an adventurer. So, could you just hold on to it for me for a bit?
Well, I did have an interested buyer. You can roll insight on that, by the way. But just for you, I shall put it aside and make sure no one else can buy it. How does that sound?
23.
He's lying, there was no one else interested.
Alex just smiles. Just looks at him for a bit, and he's like, "You're a good friend, see." And of course, leans over and gives him a bit of a hug.
Oh, it's just lovely, You all have been so good for business. Thank you so much for speaking out in nowhere. I've made quite a few new customers from that town.
Yeah, I imagine. Alex's expression seems to sour a little bit. But, well...
Is everything alright there?
Just news lately that's bothered me.
Well, I do have some news for you about your humble little town. You see, there's this little lizard folk lady there. Absolutely lovely lady. She's full of the spunk. You know what I mean? Me and her have. She traveled to my store and she tried to cheer me out, saying, "How dare I advertise?" I mean, it's understandable, but I wasn't advertising, and so we made a deal instead. So we're now business partners.
You and Dra?
Oh yes, that is her name.
Didn't really think she'd actually do that. I mean, she's run her business solo for so long. I mean, at best I could...
In terms of business partners, it's more allies, shall we say. I help her obtain certain magical items, and in return, I get a little cut of the profit when I deliver them.
Well, I suppose that's fair. Just... He stops for a minute and says, "I'm sorry, I'm taking up too much of your time."
Oh, you're absolutely fine. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully next time I see you, it'll be to purchase an item.
Yeah, hopefully. See you later, Messi. And he says, "And hey," and he smiles. "Thanks again."
Oh, no problem. If you try to take that healing potion, I will chop your arms off. You know this, darling. One of the other people in the shop jolts and then quickly runs out the door. Come back again! Prussians.
Yeah, Prosh. Well, anyway, see you later, Messi.
Oh, come back soon. Bye-bye.
Later. And Alex leaves.
Alright. Is there anyone else that wants to check out any of the other places I mentioned?
I mentioned that Dennis is working with friends to bestow sentience upon a certain book.
Yep, you're doing that. Yeah, you're doing that. I'm asking if anyone else is looking into any of the ways to get to Fulma.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else? Okay, Rura, you did get it. We skipped past that. I thought Alex told you. Because you weren't here, we skipped that and you went and bought it.
Yeah, you did. Don't worry about it.
So, no one else is going to look into anything else? Alright. So, the day passes, and you all reconvene. You now have to make a decision. What do you do?
Alright, so what deals have you guys found?
Well, I found well, it's a pirate ship. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. But the guy is wearing a not pirate shirt, and apparently it feels like to me he's trying not to be a pirate while he tries to be a pirate. It's very shady, but he has some sails that are magical, and he said he can get us to Fulma within 2 weeks. It's about 70 gold for bodyguards.
And that's in total?
That is, well, I didn't ask that. Maybe it's each.
It's in total.
Yeah,
Oh, it's in total. Okay, it's in total.
Okay, that's always a question you need to ask.
He said in total.
Oh.
Alright. So, 70, we're either looking at about 10 gold from each of us, or about 100 silver. I've got shit tons of silver. Hopefully you can be paid in that.
700 silver sounds fair.
And well, I couldn't find an owlcat. I couldn't find any owlcats. Do we have anything quicker than 2 weeks?
Well, we've got Mercy, who's offering same rates applied as last time when I told you guys. Well, I imagine anyway. Yeah, he didn't say anything about it, but knowing it's Mercy, he probably would charge us. So, problem is that he would drop us off in Shady Sands because he's got a new place there. Did anyone get that?
We did, yeah.
All right. Yeah, he'd be dropping us off in Shady Sands. Problem is, what's that?
It was Fiona. Feedback. Continue.
All right. Problem is, Syndicate has taken it over.
And that won't be a problem until that job gets done. And I haven't gotten word about that yet.
All right. Well, if you're so certain about that, guess we just head on through there, keep our heads down, and just pass on through.
Indeed.
All right. So it's either standard race with Mercy or 70 gold or 700 silver for this ship. Quickest way to Fulma would probably be Mercy's. What do you guys reckon?
Alright. So I'm going to pause you all there for a moment. Rura, you see in the stables horses, there's a wagon, and there's also an egg. You can unmute yourself, Rura.
There's gonna be some feedback, sorry. Rua looks very intrigued seeing the egg.
It's about half the size of what you are.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Rua kind of eyeballs it very curiously and then looks around to see if she can find anybody to talk to about it.
You find a stable hand and she gives you a smile. She's one of those people that looks like their favorite animal, and that she's standing beside a long-haired horse, and you could swear they were both sisters from how similar they share in appearance.
She kind of looks at them and she goes, hello, can I ask you something?
What do you need?
And she just quietly points to the egg.
Oh, are you interested in the owlcat egg?
Rua immediately looks really, really excited and eager. She goes, owlcat egg?
Oh yeah, they're very rare. Like, as you know, owlcats are near extinct species. And because they take so long to grow up, it's extremely hard to get one of their eggs. But thanks to the wizards, we've managed to procure one, and we're actually planning on hatching it and raising it. But if you want, we could sell it to you for a high price.
I can have an owl cat. Rua looks very, very like conflicted. She like looks back and forth to the stable hand and to the egg, and she goes, "How much?"
2,000 gold, I'm afraid.
Oh, she immediately deflates by that, and she gives a soft smile. She goes, "Oh, okay. It's pretty amazing you have one."
Well, the thing about owl cats is they bind for life with one chosen equipped rider. And this rider, essentially, their very first one is who they turn to for. You have to train them very well, because otherwise they will only ever listen to that one rider. So it takes many years of training to get an owl cat that, for example, can fly many people to and from an area with trained handlers, like they do with the Lundrak owl cat.
Sorry. And she looks very intrigued by all this information. And she goes, "Oh, really?"
But once they're properly trained, they can live upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 years if properly cared for.
She kind of gives a longing look at the idea, and she goes, "Wow, that's really neat." And then she just give it one little small like longing tap on the top, and she goes, "Well, I wish you guys the best."
The egg doesn't hatch for at least a month or two, so you got time.
She kind of like looks a little conflicted for a second, then she looks at him. She goes, "You a month? You say?"
A month or two. The eggs take quite a while to hatch.
She kind of gives a sheepish look, and she goes, "Could I be here to see it hatch?"
She nods.
This immediately brightens up her mood, and she goes, "Okay, thank you." And then she goes, "I guess I'll be back for sure. I would love to see it hatch."
Take care then.
Ruet nods eagerly, and then she kind of like eagerly like walks away with a little tee at the idea of being able to see it, baby owl and baby owl cat in the future.
Alright, next up, Dennis. You do succeed in making your sentient book.
Hooray! We shall call him Indexter.
Alright, so back to everyone else. Alex.
Alright. Well, Alex is saying we should Alex's position is we should probably take up Mercy's offer since that'd be the quickest.
Is there? Well, I guess it would be a small rush for it. That'll make sense.
Ruet looks a little uneasy. We have to go through Shady Sands, though, right?
Just keep your head down and we'll rush straight on through, so don't worry about it. Vierna reckons that will be fine for a while because
we have 2 or 3. If we go now, we have 2 or 3 more days. It's Shady Sand behind us.
Rizura gets out her disguise kit. I'm taking extra precaution.
That
Oh,
didn't
really?
last time.
So, you're all going to head through Mercy's store?
Has Alex informed Dennis of the Mercy Draw cooperation?
He hasn't yet, no.
You're still studying.
Alright, everyone else is making decisions, right?
Yeah, you're doing that indexer thing.
Okay.
So, are you all decided you want to go through Mercy?
I'm good with that.
I believe it was if you bought the membership, which is 50 gold, he'd let you in for, I think it was 10 gold? Or was it 20?
So I think it sounded like I do feel like 70 gold sound, like 70 gold per person did sound a bit more accurate, because it's been a week. I can't exactly remember.
All right. Yeah, I think it was 70. So it was 50 gold for the membership and then 20 to use his store as a portable teleportation circle, basically.
Mhm.
So, Dennis, you finish your book. Do you come down and show everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, look, everyone. I have a book that can read books and it can talk.
That's great. Tell it to keep quiet.
You can talk. Books can talk?
We worked hard to make it talk.
This magical book can.
So
Oh,
you
magic.
can ask it questions about what it knows, and it can tell you.
All right. Well, that's.
And I've been having it read books, so it knows much more.
All right.
Well, that's useful, I suppose. All right,
So,
go.
I'm going to keep things moving here just because we only have an hour and so left. So, you all take your rest and you get up in the next morning. You go to Mercy's. Do you pay the 70 gold for those without membership and 20 gold if you have membership?
Done.
Done?
Yep.
All right.
I don't have that much gold. Dennis is informed of the membership requirement.
Just pay in silver instead.
I don't have that much silver.
It's 700 silver.
I donated most of my money for the Goblin Quest thing.
Alright, I'll hand you 70 gold.
Thank you.
All right.
Wait,
You're
so
not
is it 70 or 700?
70 gold.
Okay.
Actually, I just realized that I actually have 20 platinum, so I could probably just do 7 of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
7 platinum.
Okay.
Okay. So, let me just move your token over here. I'm not going to open up the map for Shady Sands because you're not going to be there long. But, you head on in, you pay for your licenses, and Mercy gives you all your little membership cards, and he smiles and he says, "Alright, well, you should be all cleared. If you just wait here for a little while, I will open up the door to Shady Sands." And he moves over to the door and closes it, and then pulls on a small little colored switch that is on the door handle. And there's a small window right above the door that changes from day to a different time of the day. It looks like it's a little bit earlier or later, because time dilation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when he opens the door, you see a familiar street with a magic teleportation circle on the ground right outside the store. And here we are.
Yep. Shady Sands, all right. Thanks, Mercy.
Oh, come back anytime.
River looks very uneasy, and she absentmindedly scratches her neck. Oh.
Just keep your head down, all right? We'll rush on through this.
So, you head straight to the docks?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Alright. As you're heading to the docks, Allah, you notice that there's quite a bit less people around, shall we say. Because I'm getting a bit of feedback. Quite a bit less people around, in that it looks like the open crime that used to be prevalent in Shady Sands has become less open. You see a couple of red kobolds with the sunglasses and some Durigar walking around, guards and stuff. And you make it to the port, and it looks like there's quite a few ships that are just sitting there. And there's also quite a few Durigar and kobolds around. They don't pay you any mind, but they're more interested in making sure the captains are doing legitimate business.
Oh boy, this place certainly has changed.
Rura actually looks a bit surprised seeing how everything is different here. And then she looks concerned too, seeing how basically empty it was. And she goes, I still don't like this.
To think I once hated how open crime everything was here. Seeing it as it is now, it's almost worse.
It's dead. She kind of says that sadly a little bit.
Yeah. Then again, considering who runs this place now, is it any surprise? Alright, well,
Or simply just heads to the boat and looks for anyone to talk to for captain wise.
You do, in fact, see a familiar face. And let me see, she should be under acquaintances. Let me see. Did I not put her under acquaintances? Sorry guys, give me a second. Jason's, I guess I never put her down somewhere, but, you see a familiar, shifter.
Dapple?
Yes. Oh, there she is. I passed right by her. Good day to you again.
Have you been since we last saw you?
It's a living.
Alex looks around. Yeah, I guess so. Well, we're thinking of heading to Fulma. You reckon you could take us back there?
This close will be 5 gold per person.
5 gold? Alrighty then. And Alex pays Dapple 50 silver.
It'll be a day or so's journey. We'll leave in the morning, but you can stay in the boat. It's not safe in the city.
I could imagine.
We figured.
Thanks for putting us up.
He nods and motions you all to get on the boat. As you're all stepping onto the boat, Fiona, you get a message from a certain kobold named Sword, telling you the mission is done.
A certain kobold?
Certain goblin, sorry.
Yeah. And I excuse myself. I excuse myself and go below decks to take this call.
Alright, how many sendings can you get off?
I can get off a total. I can get off a total. Well, I mean, you can't upcast sending. I don't think so. 3 sendings.
Alright, so you get up to him telling you he left the place in flames. He left the place in flames. So for everyone else, here's what the
like there's also his endings, aren't they?
Let me explain what their messages are, just for everyone who's watching. Fiona receives sending from Sword. It is done. The papers are burnt. Fiona responds back with, well done. Did everyone get through all right? Which Sword replies with, yes, we are professionals after all. Fiona then asks, were you recognized? And Sword once more replies with, we had disguises on. I was not a part of the party to avoid such a chance. Fiona then asks, did the group leave anything there that could be used as a scrying focus? And Sword responds with, unlikely. We left the place in flames. And that's all you get today.
All right. Well, and yeah.
Do you tell everyone?
Not just yet. I want to make sure we're away from Shady Sands and any prying ears before I speak this out loud.
Alright. So, is there anything else anyone does before you all undock in the morning?
Rura really wants to fly around the city and like look how much has changed, but she's worried about actually leaving the boat.
Okay. So, you all hop on the boat and you all head out onto the water. You've got a couple of hours on the boat. The land behind you slowly fades into the distance.
Yeah, like once the dock is out of earshot, I take everyone below deck and just relay what I said. The goblins did it.
Well, Alex laughs a little bit. I guess we're on the hit list now.
Rura kind of gives a small smile. She goes, "We kind of always were."
Yeah, well,
if you think about it.
The goblins didn't leave anything that could be scryed or anything. Apparently, they left several syndicate buildings in flames.
Is that more impressive than what you would have expected?
It's brazen. I'll give them that.
Well, as long as it can bleed, it can be killed.
Yeah, they didn't give me any report on the immediate effects on Prosh, but I gather they got the hell out of there before, or they could do that.
I have one. Stick around.
Well, I got what? Well, I still have one contact left in Prosh. I imagine she'll be able to tell me what's going on. So if I have my way, she's going to be getting the hell out of there soon.
Well, be sure to speak with her as soon as possible.
As soon as I can get sending again.
But this is good. We're making headway, slow and steady, but the gears are turning.
All right. Is there it?
Next time I don't dare contact my mother now. Next time I speak to her, we'll be on opposite sides of a war.
Yeah, let's avoid any conversation with her.
Dennis tells Fiona, if you ever need more sendings, I do have some. If your recipient is willing.
You don't know her. You've never met her.
Okay. Understood.
Oh.
Okay.
That should be it.
So, you all make it to the city. It's relatively unchanged. Ships are still coming and going. There's quite a few people over near a certain ruined building that appears to be less vine-colored than it used to be.
Huh. Looks like Noxon really cleaned it up.
Upon arriving, Dennis remembers something. He's like, oh, I have a book that can read things. I will be back later. See you guys later.
Alright, later, Dennis. Actually, while we're here, before we start relaxing, I do want to touch base with someone, so I'll probably head off myself. Need to get anything done yourself, Fiona?
And should probably check it out. I should probably check in at the temple.
Alright. So, Dennis, you read the books. You read the books with your book. Vienna, you check in with the temple. Your friend, your air quotes, unair quotes, your acquaintances are there. You've got Nymphy, who is currently praying. You got Terrell.
Those other friends are Enzir clerics of Sashalas, so probably not the temple you're thinking of.
You said you're going to the temple, aren't you?
Yeah, the temple of Sashalas.
Ah, right. Right, I'm sorry. I was not expecting you to get this far. Anyway, you head to the temple. You see old faces, you see new faces.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna take off my armor. I'm examining it. It probably could use a cleaning at this point.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna put on my blue robes and then just sit in the big praying pool / fountain, like basically just the reflecting pool at the center of the temple, and just meditate for a bit.
Alright. Rizura, as you go to where Naxan is, you see roughly 20 to 30 of your old Colosseum buddies helping to bring the small temple back to a not dilapidated appearance.
Damn, they must have been busy.
You are then tackled as Naxan walks over and brings you into a big bear hug. Grizzly bear!
Oxon, what have we talked about?
He puts you down. It is good to see you. Can you believe how many of them there are?
Yeah, you and the others really went to work in finding everyone.
We can talk later tomorrow, alright? You should get some rest. I'll explain everything tomorrow. You can see the sun starting to set.
Okay. Can I roll an insight?
You can.
He seems really rushed. Dang it.
He's just, you came in on one of the last boats docking. It's getting late. He's just telling you should probably get some rest so you have the entire day to yourselves tomorrow.
Alright. Well, time to choose an inn.
Or you could stay in the demi-plane. Kagra,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I was standing back watching Grisura chatted up with her old friends.
Alright, Ruru, what are you doing?
Sorry, muted. Ruru's just staying by the dock. She's still not all comfortable being back in full mode, so she's just kind of staying out of the city for a bit.
Okay, Allah, what are you doing?
Going to the spa to relax and be alone for a little bit.
Alright, I'll give you, you have 5 temporary hit points.
Oh boy.
They'll last, all of tomorrow, basically.
Okay.
I love that. Oh boy.
Alright, Alex, What are you doing?
Just right quickly, Alex is checking on a old friend they made when they were last in Forma.
Alright. You do indeed see a very tired bat quietly working away in his little medicinal area. It's Dr. Jones.
Yeah, Alex slowly peers his head in and just gently smiles to Jones.
Oh, hey. He puts down what he's working on and turns around.
Hey, Jones, how have you been doing?
It's touch and go. I mean, I've still got a long way to go before I make up for my mistakes, but, you know, I'm doing what I can.
You're making amends. That's what matters.
Mm.
We were just in Forma again after over a month, so I figured I'd see how you were doing.
Just a heads up, really quick. I just had a brownout, aka my lights dimmed. So if I DC, sorry guys, I'll be back as soon as I can. It should be back within 5 minutes. Just letting you guys know because they typically prelude a blackout.
Got it.
And I have massive fires going on here, so.
Alright.
Sorry, continue.
So yeah, Alex says, we were just back in Forma after a month or two, and I figured I'd come check up on you.
Yeah, well, I'm doing what I can. You know how it is.
Alex just walks up and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Hey, it's all right. You're making amends. That's what matters."
He gives a nod. Thank you for coming to check up on me, though. I appreciate it.
Don't worry about it. And I'm sorry I manhandled you and yelled at you when we first met.
It's alright. I kind of deserved it.
You were just doing what you thought was right. I can't blame you for that.
Mm.
But anyway, we'll probably be here for a bit longer, rest and relaxation, so maybe I'll see more of you. You're always free to come out to the beach with us. We're thinking of having a beach day.
Sure, that'd be, I don't mind, but, you know, I don't really do well in the sun, you know, dark vision eyes, light sensitivity.
I know, still, the offer's there. And he, pauses for a moment and just kind of gives him a one-armed hug and pats him on the back. Have a good day, Jones.
Yep, you too. Well, have a good evening, I should say.
Yeah. Sorry, it's been a long trek.
Alright, so you head on out. It's starting to get quite late. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before you take your rest? Everyone good to go?
Yep.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Vienna, does everyone head back to the demi-plane to sleep, or do you get an inn?
Might as well just use the demi-plane.
Yeah, I mean, we have literally free sleeping.
Yep, yeah. Definitely
Yeah,
don't want to stay in Forma.
Demi plays so it can be with his favorite person.
Okay. Dra left you a small note saying she's gonna be busy today, but she did leave you a cupcake.
Okay.
So, you all head back to the demi-plane. You eat, you talk, and then you head on to bed. Sleep follows you all one by one. All except for Vienna, who settles into a trance. Vienna, roll me a con save with disadvantage.
Oh, great.
Fiona,
Dang.
you are.
What did I roll? I'm lagging here.
You rolled a 5. Fiona,
Oh, great.
you aren't too familiar with smells and scents, especially when you're in your room, a place you figured is relatively safe. And you didn't hear anything out of notice. You didn't hear anything. And it takes a moment while in your trance-like state for you to notice that there's an odd scent in the air. A scent you realize you recognize. And then you start to feel sleepy. And you just fall to one side. You are now unconscious.
Great.
In our demi-plane?
Yep. Everyone, you are all now unconscious. Like, well, I'm more unconscious than you were. You were all asleep, so yeah. So,
nothing can wake anyone up.
the long night passes, and Vienna, you eventually wake when the effect wears off.
Vienna looks around.
There is a key slipped under your door.
Do I recognize its make?
It is the key to the demiplane.
I grab my hammer and poke my head out the door.
You see nothing. Let me move you over to the demiplane map, actually. Why am I keeping you on? Let me move you all into your places. So, Kaga, you're in your room. Drawer's not there.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Should be noted that I am not wearing my armor right now. Oh, that's still getting cleaned.
Mm-hmm. So you emerge into the hallway. You see nothing.
Okay,
What do you do?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna. Something just occurred to me. Okay, I'm gonna run over to the door.
The door to the demiplane?
Yeah.
It is open.
Where does it still lead out into Prosh, or I mean, not Prosh, Fulma, or?
Yeah, it still leads out to Fulma.
Okay, so it's still where we left it. Got it.
What do you do?
I'm gonna. Okay, Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is go back to my room, grab the breastplate that I started this whole thing with, buckle that on, and so I at least have some armor.
All right.
And then I'm going. Oh, and could I tell what time it was as when I looked outside?
It's fairly early morning by this point.
All right, I'm gonna just sit down and make myself some breakfast.
All right.
Wow.
So, one by one, you all begin to rise and head towards. You feel a bit. Your heads are aching a bit. You're not sure why. You must have just woken up on the wrong side of the bed. Rizura, Kagura, and Dennis, you all head out. Alar follows behind you. You are all completely unaware of what happened during the night.
I'm gonna just wait for everyone to get here.
An hour passes. You're all here. Another hour passes. By now the food's starting to get cold.
Lars,
Wait,
Okay, I'm grabbing the other two.
Which door do you open?
I'm starting with Alex.
As you open the door, there is no Alex in there.
Okay. Is there anything suspicious in there?
It just looks like a plain, simple room.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
Not that you can see.
Crap. I'm gonna check Rora's room.
Her room is also empty.
Oh, crap. Grisera makes her way down and she says, "Guys, we've got a problem."
yes, I know. I'm waiting for Alex and Rora to get here before I
That's
explain.
the thing. They're not in their rooms.
Oh, well. Oh, okay, that makes sense. See, someone drugged us all last night. Someone broke into the demiplane and drugged us all last night, and I hold up the key.
drugged us. Are you sure about that?
It's the same smell I remember from that one inn we stayed at.
Oh, Lord.
Why didn't you tell us about this first?
I was waiting for you all to show up first. Not like we could have done anything. Might as well let you get your full night's sleep.
Yeah, we all been gassed then.
I checked my inventory just in case there's anything missing.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna cast.
I'm
gonna. Alex, where are you?
Sorry. What was that? Yarna cast sending, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cast sending. Alex, where are you?
You get no response.
All you're doing is Dennis is looking into his book, and there's a look of panic on his face. They're gone!
What?
Kara, calm him. I'm gonna check the door.
What are you talking about, Dennis?
I had the book of unspeakable evil and the decoy that I was supposed to be keeping safe, and they're gone.
Wait, what?
We have no idea who has them now.
Alright. Quick pause.
Know what that book's capable of.
Quick pause. Grisora, you see the opening, the door. It leads to Fulma.
Yeah, I peek my head out and see if there's anything unusual.
You see nothing unusual. Alright, back to the main group. Continue, Dennis.
Just double checking, are those the only books that are missing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He pulls out Indexter. Indexter, what happened last night?
I don't know.
You have blind sight, so you can tell us. You don't know?
I was in your bag. I couldn't see.
Yes, and there were other things in my bag, and they're not there anymore.
They were taken out?
Did you see by who, Indexter?
Nope.
Do you have a description of what took him out?
I have only limited knowledge at the moment.
Yes, that's unfortunate.
You've got a baby at the moment, Dennis. They're not going to be able to help.
Dennis proceeds to send to Wiztig that they're both gone. I don't know where they went. They just vanished.
Alright. Allah, Fiona, what are you two doing?
Well, sending didn't reach them, then locate creature probably won't either.
Are you sure he's just not responding?
Well, it's worth a try, I guess. That's alright.
Alright, Grisura. As you examine the exit, you see two sets of tracks that are pushed into the ground like something was leaping off of the ground. A set of bird feet and a set of boots. Dennis, you find nothing. There are bird feet and a set of boots. They look as if they were jumping, as if they were pushing off the ground. That's all you find out.
Okay, this is weird.
What's weird?
These tracks. They belong to a bird and a set of boots. And from the looks of it, they were jumping.
Well, we can deduce the bird feet could be Rura. Boots is either the taker of the books or Alex himself.
Jumping? Like, they rabbit hopped out of here?
I don't think so. I'm thinking maybe like jumping onto a ledge or something.
There are no further tracks that you can see. Dennis, you find nothing.
If they're still on this island, I should be able to find them. I'm gonna cast Locate Creature. I'm looking for Alex. Yeah, I'm just gonna roam around. It's a concentration spell up to 1 hour, so I'm just gonna roam around the island until I get a ping.
You find nothing.
Oh, of course I do.
I'm gonna roll investigation to see if I
Why
see
do
any
I
other tracks.
Why do I bother with these spells?
Sorry.
Cabra?
Allah, wait. Allah, what did you say? You were rolling investigation to look at what?
To see if there's any other tracks of any means of a third party even.
Alright, roll it.
Okay.
You see no other tracks. Alright, Grisora, what were you saying?
Well, I was gonna tell Kagra to get Dennis, but since he's already here, let's get out. Let's head out. Let's head on out. There's something weird going on, and I don't like any of this.
Grisura, when you looked into Rura's room, at Rura and Alex's rooms, did you see anything that might have belonged to them left behind?
DM?
Like I told you, you just saw a simple plain room.
It was just a room, like nothing was there.
DM?
Yeah?
When Guzura investigated the rooms, did she see Alex's stuff still there?
That's actually what I was looking for back then.
Like I said, you see only a simple, plain room.
So there's diddly squat there.
Mm-hmm.
So, all the possessions are gone.
What about the key? Wasn't Alex the one in charge of the key?
They slid that under my door.
But he did have it.
Unless Dennis threw his underneath the door, but I think Draw has that, so that's unlikely.
Alright, what did you have in mind?
Alright, I'll just spell it out evenly then, since someone else needs to. No. They abandoned us. That's what happened. Alex gave Vienna the key as a goodbye method,
Then why the hell would they gas us?
so we wouldn't wake up. It's that simple.
I feel like there might have been magic involved.
Mayhaps. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about
Matt-
that.
Can't put a drow to sleep.
And who had the gases, Vienna? Do you remember?
Kyra,
There's
can you
There's
Can
only
you
one
ha-
place. Go on.
handle this slot? I'm gonna see if I can find anything at the temple, at Jurgle's temple.
Let's go to the docks. Maybe the people around here saw something.
There, if what Ilar said is true, there's only one who can verify. Alex's patron. And who better to talk to a god than a god?
You want to see if Noxon can contact his god and talk to see if they can talk to Horo.
Basically.
It's our best shot.
I mean, you can search for the docks. I can just head on over there myself.
Fiona, could Sasha possibly get in touch with Horo?
I'll see what I can do.
In the meantime, I'll go see if Jurgle knows something. Being the god of knowledge, after all.
Alright. Allah? I'm just gonna... let me message you this privately. Okay. So, we will go to Grisura first, and then we'll do Vienna. So, Grisura, you head over to Naxxon. He gives you a smile and he says, "Grizzly Bear, you ready to...
Hold it.
What's wrong?"
Alex and Rura, the human and the Urakakra bird, they're missing. They vanished right out of our our pocket place.
What do you want? What do you need me to do?
I need you to ask Jurgle to speak to Horo, Alex's patron.
I'll do what I can. Come back here in about an hour. Prayer takes time.
There's more. We were gassed last night. All of us, including Vienna, were unconscious.
I see.
Alex left the key to our safe house with Vienna. There's something really wrong with all this. Please hurry.
I'll pray as fast as I can. Then he heads into the little chapel. But he's still gonna take some time. Prayer isn't an instant thing. So, Vienna. You dive into the water.
Yep.
What do you do?
Sasha, you there?
Fairly quickly, you see a dolphin swim up and you hear his voice call out as he says, "Yeah?"
And are you on speaking terms with the dragon Mayhem?
"Yeah."
And could you ask him if Alex has been kidnapped, because he's disappeared from our little demi-plane?
You see the dolphin's eyes go cross-eyed, and for a moment it just begins to slowly turn upside down as if it's fallen into a coma, before it suddenly jolts and then rights itself and says. He says no.
Did he leave of his own free will then? Fuck.
Seems like it.
The fuck, Alex?
I gotta get back to work. Take care.
Alright, have fun.
Right.
And I use shape water to just propel my way out.
Swear.
The dolphin swims away. So, after a bit, Naxan eventually comes over to your group and he says, I'm sorry, Kazura.
Why?
They
What did
left.
your girl say?
They left of their own accord.
Such
What?
less much.
Why would they do
But
that?
why? Did you at least get that? Why they left?
He shook his head. I was doing it in a rush. I could only get so much.
Damn it.
Alright, we all
So,
reconvene
out of
yet?
curiosity,
Yep, you're all reconvened. Oh, Dennis?
out of curiosity, has Vierna informed the rest about the issue with Kagura getting charmed?
Not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that,
so,
wow. That was a while ago.
Dennis says, I suspect that the two may have been charmed by your mother as well.
If that's
They,
the case,
they were, I mean, I can't think of a time when they would have been alone with her, though.
Especially Alex or Rura of those two.
I don't think
Julian
Rura met her.
Julae needed to get me in a room alone with her before she could charm me.
Yeah. Like, she could
And
do it
Alex-
with us present, but she couldn't do it with us present. But I doubt she could do it and not have at least one of us notice.
So, Allah, you wanted to say something?
Alrighty. So let's look at the facts, people, since we need to know again. Review them. Alex and Rura left on their own accord. Alex handed Vierna the key. Dennis's books are missing, which I don't really care about that too much. But-
you should care about it.
Alright, well, okay, fine. I'll pretend to care, Dennis, just for 5 seconds. So, regardless
Yeah,
of that.
Wait, Dennis, what exactly was in these books that got stolen?
Stuff that evil people shouldn't have.
That's very descriptive, Dennis.
The decoy was a decoy. If you open the book, and I'm not in the explosion radius, it will explode. The original is I don't remember what my master told me about it.
It seems
Well,
like
Mike told me about it.
seems like kind of an important thing to remember, but yeah, are we sure? So yeah, I'm thinking there was some foul play here.
Quite a bit, even. So,
Alex very much understood with me that it's a dangerous book. I don't
So-
see why he would have taken it.
alrighty, and let's review the facts again. You all were gassed except those two. Is that correct?
You don't know that.
Were you gassed, Kagura?
Yes.
Were you gassed, Kazura?
I don't know.
You don't you remember how that gas works?
Or
You were all asleep at the time.
Yeah.
Continue, Allah.
The only one who knows that we were gassed was Vierna.
So you're saying we all just slept normally?
We all fell asleep, but then that gas made us practically dead to the world.
Okay. And who woke up from that? can't assume there is no third party yet, as with the facts it's preventive with us. So we can only assume it's them two right now. And who had the gas anyway? I recall Alex buying some for the goblins.
I don't remember that.
Out of character, he did.
Yeah, don't you remember? He bought some sleeping gas for the goblins, and I talked and I discussed about how if you spend more, you could probably raise the DC of it.
Yeah, he definitely did. I remember that.
Wait. What about Tanuki?
You're saying the guy that never took Alex suddenly just kidnapped him?
No, but he does tend to take Rura frequently a lot.
Okay, that is a fair assessment. However, we did see Rua's tracks leaving the demiplane.
I'm trying to explore all options.
And I'm trying to explore the facts, Krazura. That's what happened.
Can't Tanuki isn't Tanuki able to see everything we do when we do it?
He doesn't know the motives behind it, but yeah, he can probably see that.
He would have been able to see exactly what happened.
That's a fair point. Can we ask him though? Well, there might be a temple priestess that might know.
So Dennis, go ahead.
Kagura looks at the ring on his the ring on his finger, saying, "All right, Tanuki. If you feel like talking to one of us, now's the time."
Roll me 1d20.
While this is happening, I'm going to suspect that my character has a higher intelligence score than I do. So I'm going to see if he thinks of anything.
Would that be a knowledge check or something?
Think of anything to do with what?
What any leads on this?
It appears to be a pretty open and shut case. They left. There's really not much room for interpretation. The only one who has the key, and you've been closing the doors overnight, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kagura, you don't get a response, but you do notice that Grazura now has a pink spot on the top of her head where she can't see.
Damn it! This isn't a time for your games.
A small fox then apparates into the air, transparent, and says, "Oh, fine. What do you want? I'm kind of busy. I'm having an interview with an intergalactic."
Two of our friends went missing. Did you see them leave?
Yes. Of
Do you
course
know
I did.
why and where they went?
They flew off east.
Flew off east.
Yes, now can I go? Bye. Kagura, your fur is now bright pink.
He likes pink a lot.
Shush.
So that explains why. So that explains the footprints pushing into the ground. They jumped up. They jumped off the ground as they were taking off into the sky.
Didn't know Alex could fly. That's interesting.
He can't.
Ruler probably carried him.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try something my mother taught me: emotional manipulation. I'm gonna cast sending to Aurora this time. Aurora, it's not
Sorry.
like you to leave without saying goodbye. What gives?
Oh boy.
Oh,
You received no response.
No response. Okay, yeah. They are doing some. They are either under duress. They are under duress or not in control of their minds or something here. Because Roro at least would have said sorry.
Did you really think you know Rora like that?
I've I've been spending the past few months with her, haven't I?
Well, I'll just leave it at that then.
what is east of here?
Everything in Mayhem.
Kagura just storms off to the just storms off to the off towards the docks where they first arrived. All right, I'm going. That's it. I'm going to find Elnath.
Don't matter. I can see you typing there. Shh.
Alrighty. I guess Alar can barely hear that. Kagura, what do you plan to do?
I'm going to. I just said I'm going. I'm going to find Elnath. If anyone can get Rura to come back, it's him.
Do you think he knows where she is?
If he doesn't, then that's how. If he doesn't, then that's how we know something's wrong.
Well, well, I got one left. One last sending.
Well, before you use that, Alar will light up the lantern. The lantern revealing.
You see a single glowing orb.
Alrighty, that might be Elnath, that might be someone else.
Vierna said that the Syndicate can't reach this place.
Doesn't mean a sending can't or a scrying can't.
Jule, that would mean Jule has never been here.
Doesn't have to be Jure that does the sending though, or scrying though, does it?
Yeah.
If you're scrying the location, then yes. If you're scrying a person, then it's unnecessary.
Can we see who the orb is connected to, if anything? Or have a guesstimation by proximity?
Nope. You can just see it.
Alara walks with the lantern.
Vierna, can you do something about that?
What? Yeah, I'm still sending the sending to Elnath.
Okay. The orb does not follow you when you guys move, by the way. So what are you sending?
Elnath, do you happen to know where Rura is at this moment? We can't find her.
No response.
Fucking course.
That sending spell of yours sure is unreliable at times like this.
And yeah, so it's almost like the world contrives to make my magic for finding stuff useless.
Not intentional.
All right, there's only one more there's probably only one more person we could go to help. Wizdig.
Just make a quick trip across the continent. And we just got back. We just got here from Frozen.
Dennis, would Wizdig be powerful enough to scry anyone anywhere?
He'd definitely be able to figure out where they are.
Then that's good enough for him. Then that's good enough for me.
Okay. Dennis sends off a sending to his Tig, saying he thinks his friend took his books, and the party wants to know where he and Rura are, so they can have a chat with them. Please let us know. He's certainly
There's
seen both of them.
He what?
Dennis said he's certainly seen them, as in seeing Rura and so.
As in recently?
No, as in like for scrying means
Yeah,
you have to see the person to scry them.
yeah. So after a moment, he responds back and he says, actually, Alex, can you roll me a, I think it's a wisdom save.
For scrying, yes.
All right, give me a minute.
It's also possible if Wistig is smart enough that he's crying on the books. Because he definitely has been with those. And the books don't
Okay.
get a wisdom save.
Okay. Give me a second though. Okay. Rura, roll me a wisdom save. Okay. I need to set your sheet back to not whisper. I'll do that later. So, he messages you back after about 10 minutes or so and he says, they're walking through the forest.
Does he specify which forest?
He can't tell.
Uh,
They do have
Okay.
the books with them.
okay. So Dennis is going to expend his last sending to Alex. I know that you guys are in a forest. I know you have the books. Please explain. I am panicking.
You get no response.
Same with Vera.
He is going to get a fireball to the face when we meet him next.
How are we supposed to find them off that kind of information? There's forest all over this island.
Forest,
Mhm.
eh? Hmm.
You mean all over the continent? You mean?
Yeah.
Allah.
Hmm.
You saw the message I sent you via PM, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty, folks and gents. I did hear a furbog about to leave tonight on a boat. And I'm sure you guys know the guy I'm talking about here.
Do you think his ship is fast enough?
To beat them while against Rua's flying, I'm not so certain. We'll be days behind even.
To reiterate, the Furbolg left during the night.
Oh, he left. Oh, so they took a boat. The furbog took the boat, left during the night.
You mean the same one that got us out of somewhere?
Most likely. Can only assume. Haven't seen much other flurbogs lately. They likely left on a boat. And if we were to guesstimate where that boat is, they probably are on the direction to nowhere off of somewhere. And then they went east from there.
Then that's where. Then that's the same. Then that's the same route we're going to.
That's just a guesstimation, though.
It's the best lead we have.
I'm assuming that since Wistig probably has a vested interest in this, he might keep the team posted as he's scrying.
Good.
How many hours have passed since we last slept?
Since you last slept?
Yeah.
About an hour while you've been doing all this investigation. An hour and a half?
No, I mean, like, when did we sleep last night, and how many hours passed until this moment?
About 8 hours?
Okay. Hmm.
Maybe 7?
Would that be close enough to get to nowhere?
What are you thinking, Alar?
If they flew to a boat and it took the boat over to somewhere, would that only take 8 hours to get there to the forest, or did they jump off the boat to fly the rest of the way because it might be faster? I'm trying to think their methods of travel. You figure that out, you can figure out their destination a little bit easier. They might be walking the rest of the way or flying.
That is a possibility.
I don't know if Rura can hold Alex for any longer than maybe a few minutes. At
True.
least.
Then they would have. Then it's possible they flew off. They landed on the boat to keep it moving while all Rura recuperates. Once she finally got all her energy back, they took off again. Rinse and repeat.
Either that or they
They
waited
have
until.
a line of boats waiting for them.
The Furball, who was he aligned with? The Syndicate, right? Not the Syndicate, but the gentleman, correct?
Yes, and I believe the gentleman is dead.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. Who was the gentleman aligned with? Elnath.
So it looks like you actually can cast. You could cast a spell with a higher spell slot. It just won't have any benefit.
Oh.
So Dennis is going to send a sending to said for blog. Did you take Alex and Rura on a boat, and if so, where?
I did. I took them east. They took off after land was spotted. That's the last I saw of them.
Dennis relays this to the team.
Dennis asked him if they took off before land was, or when the land was seen. Did Rua carry Alex?
I would assume so.
How many slots do you have for sending?
I spent all my level 3 spell slots, and I have a level 4 spell slot left.
Okay. Continue.
And Fiona probably has her 2 level 4 spell slots left.
I have one level 4 slot left.
Alright.
I tried to locate creature.
Alright, continue.
So Dennis, if you can use that, we can identify if Alex has a means of flying or not. Remember, he's also a warlock patron of their Dragon Mayhem, and we have seen scales, so we can assume wings too.
Okay. Dennis spends his second sending to ask him how they were flying. Or to be more specific, if Rura was carrying Alex.
Alex had a cloak of flying.
Oh.
When did Alex get a cloak of flying?
Interesting.
I'll be
Well,
rearranging his face the next time we meet him.
I wish there was a way you can track where they are with that sending spell.
So,
Right.
you're all set on the plan to take a boat to somewhere I think you said you were going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you find Gunga still docked, and once more he offers to take you. The fee for this time is 20 gold because it's a little farther. No, wait. Whatever.
Kuzura gives him her share of the gold.
Yeah.
So, you all step onto the boat and look eastward. None of you know what's going on. But you know that you're going to find out. And that is where we're going to end this session.
Can we go a little bit longer?
What for?
Because I want to find them. I know. You guys know this already. The character simulator in my head is going to be running all week, and it's going to pester me about this, and I will never get any sleep.
Sorry, but Furura needs to go to bed. She probably has work in the morning.
Yeah, and I have work in the morning too.
Yeah, I mean, I could stay longer if you need me, but I mean, I don't push everybody.
Yeah, it's better not to push it, because we might need to push it 1 week. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye!
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
From lost so far, nature sings the love calling, fire, death, fighting freedom, create, fail, repeat, succeed. Family darkest fear.